Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, my brothers and sisters. We want to welcome you to another day, another edition, another episode of Good Morning. This is the daily devotional, grief devotional that is strategically designed to help you to navigate through your grief one day at a time. How we going to get through this? One day at a time. Amen. We are grateful and thankful to have this opportunity to help you to navigate through whatever it is you're going through and you feeling, whatever you are experiencing. You got to know and remember that grief, my brothers and sisters, it is the natural and normal response to loss, change, and transition that results in the expression of feelings and emotions. Grief is what you feel on the inside. Mourning is how it is expressed on the outside. Therefore, we don't suppress it, but we express it. And that's why we say good morning, because morning is a good thing. Mourning is a great thing. And we are grateful to have the opportunity to mourn in a meaningful manner. The things we've lost, the things that have changed, the people, places, the things that have transitioned in the midst of our life. So we want to welcome you into this sacred space and place, and we want to thank you for joining us and for giving us the opportunity to mourn in community, to go on this grief journey with each and every one of you. So thank you. I appreciate you, and I'm grateful for this opportunity that God has given us. Let's jump right into it, y'all. Today is day 66, and we're going to talk about self-identity. Self-identity. Our grief quote comes from Robert Brault, which says, if you aren't sure who you are, you might as well work on who you want to be. If you aren't sure who you are, you might as well work on who you want to be. Yeah, grief will take you through a season where everything is unsure. You become unsure about life. You become unsure about your future. You become unsure about who you are. You become unsure. A lot of times, our identity, and I know our identity is found in Christ, and that's where it's supposed to be. A lot of times, our identity becomes attached to the people that we're close to, right? Because you're not just you, but you're a mom. These are roles you play. Or you're a husband, or you're a wife, you're a mother, you're a father, you're a son, you're a daughter. And so a lot of times when a person leaves, it kind of leaves a hole in our identity. It kind of we can't fulfill that role, or we don't know, what we become unsure. We become unsure. It's the X. It's the unknown. We become unsure about a lot of different things. And this is the thing. That's why I love this quote so much. If you aren't sure who you are, you might as well work on who you want to be. Grief gives you the opportunity to work towards a new you, who you want to be. Coming out of this tragedy, who you want to be, who you shaping to be, who are you, who do you desire to be, what do you desire to be, who is God calling you to be, what is God developing and cultivating on the inside of you, where is God pushing you to, right? So this is a wonderful opportunity to discover that. Let's jump into it. One of the most challenging needs we have in grief is that of creating a new self-identity. This is the reality, y'all. We're different now. We might have gone from being a spouse to a widow or widower, for example, or even a child to an orphan. Other changes we are undergoing don't have simple labels. We feel shaken to the core, and every rope that tethered us to our sense of how the world works has been cut or at least frayed. Is there anybody that can identify that? One of the most challenging aspects, y'all, one of the most challenging things about grief, we needs and grief, is that of creating a new self-identity. We are different. We are different. Things are different. Every rope that tethered us to our sense of how the world works has been cut or frayed. We are different. We've been shaken to the core, right? So a lot of us, we got to get into the space and place where now we're creating a new self-identity, and that's okay. That's all right. Check this out. As we work to re-anchor ourselves, we may discover some positive aspects of our changing self-identities. As you work to re-anchor yourself, because everything's been uprooted, you've been shaken to the core. So now that as you work to re-anchor yourself, you may discover some positive self aspects, y'all, to your new, to our changing self identities. We may be more confident than we were before, for example. Or we may be more compassionate, right? We can also take advantage of this forced reconstruction time by working on who we most want to be from here on out. Yeah, I think this is so very important. A lot of times, grief and mourning it changes us. We emerge as new individuals. We emerge as new creatures. We take on new identities. I know, for instance, this one family, this young lady, she watched her daughter suffer. She watched her daughter in the hospital. She had a young baby, and it was in the hospital and suffering and going through a lot of stuff. And I forgot what industry she was in before that, but she was inside the industry, and all of this time in the hospital, and her daughter passes in transition. It began to stir up something on the inside of her. Begin to stir up something, this heart of compassion, this heart of helping, this heart of having bedside manners and helping people to navigate through sickness and this, that, and the other. And then as a result of her daughter going through what she went through, she goes back to school to be a nurse. Already degreed up, already graduated, already had her stuff. She said, I want to go back to school. I want to be a nurse. It birthed a new identity within her. So now helping other people, as she's seen her daughter suffer and go through the tragedy and navigate that, now being in a position, right, where she has this compassion and this love and this care and helping other people in the same manner. What new identity is emerging? What new identity is emerging? What characteristics, what aspects, what traits are coming forth up out of you based off of what you went through, right? New identity. I think Kimberly on here, Kimberly Mack shared how she started working out and doing yoga and all of these other things. And now she's helping other people. She did it for her own mental, physical, and emotional health. But started teaching other people, right? So what new self identity is emerging from you because of what you've been through? As we work to re-anchor ourselves, we may discover some positive aspects of our changing self-identities. We may be more confident than we were before, for example, or more compassionate. We can also take advantage of this forced reconstruction, because this is a forced reconstruction time, by working on who we most want to be from here on out. Who do you want to be as a result of what you've seen? Who do you want to be as a result of what you've gone through? Who do you want to be as a result of what you've been subjected to? Who do you want to be, right? Who want to be from here on out? Here's the final thought. I'm not sure who I am anymore. It will take time and hard work to figure it out. I'm not sure who I am anymore. It will take time and hard work to figure it out. Day 66, self-identity. Has this lesson resonated with anybody? Questions, comments. I'm here for them. Questions, comments. I'm running to the chat. Questions, comments. Self-identity. Who you are. Who do you want to be? What characteristics is this birthing in you, right? Who are you becoming as a result of what you're going through, of what you've experienced, right? And if you say right now, I don't know, and that's okay, right? Self-identity. You're at a place where now there's an awareness. There's a awareness of the fact that, man, life is not the same and I'm different. There's an awareness of the fact that things are different and I may be struggling with who I am, because the people that had left me, I was tethered to them. So my whole identity is shaken up, and that's all right, right? So now you are aware, and now as you go through this forced reconstruction, you can kind of design how you're going to come out, or who you want to be as you emerge from the ashes of the loss, change, and transition that you've been exposed to, right? Come on, talk to me, Angie. If you don't know who you are, you might as well work on who you want to be. Ooh, I'm trying to told you, girl. Yeah, that quote, I really love that quote today. If you don't know who you are, you might as well work on who you want to be. Who do you want to be? Right? Who do you want to be? Who do you want to be? There's so many people who begin to feel like what they see their need. A lot of people will see their need. Like they be like, well, I didn't have a mother growing up, so I want to be a young mother for other people who don't have mothers, or I needed a counselor, so I'm gonna become a counselor. A lot of people see their need, right, or whatever the case may be. And I ain't forcing nothing on you. I'm just telling you what happens a lot of times. Good morning, Ruth Roseby. This devotion was on point this morning. The change that comes is so good, and I see so many things differently. Yes, I'm telling you. It's like Marvin Sapp said, I'm stronger, I'm wiser, I'm better, right? Coming out of that, I'm stronger, I'm wiser, I'm better. Yes, I went through this when I lost my husband. Yes. Yeah, just I think that's when you were on the path, or I know you became a nurse too at some point in time. Yeah, right. We see what we need. As you begin to emerge, you begin to discover, who do I want to be? If I don't know who I am, I might as well work on who I want to be, right? And so that's how we approach this thing. That's how we navigate through this thing called grief. Self identity. And I want to encourage everybody out there that's wrestling with identity, or you're trying to figure that thing out. You're in a great position to do just that. Continue to show up. I'm telling you, we're going to drop these gems. We're going to give you these nuggets. We're going to give you these notes. We're going to give you these nudges to help you to be successful as you navigate through this grieving season. So I love y'all with the love of the Lord. I appreciate y'all. Y'all ain't got no questions coming through. Y'all look quiet today, but it's all good. So I hope and pray y'all have a terrific Tuesday. Yo, meet me over in the village. Let's talk. Let's conversate. Let's dialogue. I love y'all. I'll see y'all in the village.
Good morning. Good morning.